Today we're going to be canning bone broth. Basically there are two kinds of canning. There's water bath, like tomatoes that are acid. You just need to put them in a different canner and cover them at least an inch, and there's not much to it. Today we're canning bone broth. It has to be pressure cooked. So I'm trying to get things set up. Everything has to be hot. I've got hot lids and rings. The broth has to be hot, and this is the container that they're going to go in to be pressure cooked.
What's in the bottom of it?
There's a rim that goes in the bottom so that the jars don't sit right on the bottom. So the jars have been sterilized, and I want to keep them hot, so I'm going to get two out of here. And
two out of the dishwasher.
Yep. And I'm going to use my funnel. And yep, I'm looking for my little red. I'll find it.
The magnet? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
There's a red plastic stick somewhere, Jason, that has a...
It might be in the drawer. It's all right. So I'm using, this is a canning funnel. There's two kinds of quart jars. There's the wide mouth, which are easier, and the narrow mouth.
So how do you know how much to put into the jar?
I'm going to go all the way up, but you have to leave it on both kinds of canning. You have to leave an inch of head space. So a little bit more, like that. If not, if you fill it up too high, it might boil out. Okay, next I'm going to get some paper towel. You have to make sure that whatever you're pouring in your jar, to get a good seal, you need to make sure that it's real clean. So I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm going to wipe off the rim. Ooh. And then I'm going to use my wonderful magnet, because it's hot. It was always hard to get these lids out of this hot, if boiling water, but this helps a lot. Okay, you can reuse jars, you can reuse rings, but you cannot reuse the lids. And last year it was hard to get lids because many people were canning. There's a little rubber gasket, and that heats up, and that's what seals it. So I'm going to put that. You don't have to put this real tight. I mean, you want it secure, but you don't have to. And I'm going to put it in. I've had this water boiling. I know that this canner takes 7 quarts. So I'm going to... This is the tool to get the jars in and out of the hot water. So you get a real good grip. And I'm going to place it in here, and okay. I keep a pot of water going in case I need more boiling water. I want this covered at least an inch. So the jars are an inch, they have to be covered. And now I'm going to look for... This one has, there's an arrow. I have to line that up here. And once it comes to pressure, you let it be.
Okay.
So I've lined the lid up with an arrow here, an arrow here. It's down, it's going to seal, and I'm going to twist it this way. And now it is sealed. It's 0. books say to go to 10, but mine goes to 15. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. And then there's the release. This is gonna, when it gets up to 15 pounds of pressure, it's gonna start wiggling, and I don't start timing until this is actually jiggling. We'll turn the back on when it's been about 25 minutes. It's finally come up to pressure because this starts rattling when it's good. So always check either a book about canning or something to know how long to pressure cook it. I always double check. So 25 minutes. In 25 minutes, I'll turn it off, but it will take a long time, probably another hour, to come down so that the pressure's off. I'll know that when this drops to 0. I'll take the top off, use my lifter, put the jars on a towel and let them sit, and then you're going to start hearing the best sound of all. They're going to start sealing and you hear a pop. Okay, so the 25 minutes was up. We let the pressure come down to 0, took the lid off, took the bone broth, and they've already all sealed. And they have to stay like this until tomorrow, cool down.
How do you know they seal?
You can hear them. They all pop.
Like that.